$66,463,529 in total sales volume. All right, so that was the total amount of sales volume that was sold in the month of March 2024 in the New Smyrna area alone. So again, that number is $66,463,529. It's a pretty significant number. We've seen it be fluctuating over the past months and years, but this is a current market update for you. You've made it to the Living in New Smyrna Beach YouTube real estate channel. We're also gonna go over the town just south of us, their stats as well. It's gonna be Edgewater, Florida, which is the fastest growing city in Volusia County right now. So we're gonna give you their stats too. We think it's important for you guys to stay up to date on the market. This channel does go over, obviously, real estate, all things event related, fun, and just local happenings in the area. My name is Chris Schwartz. My business partner is Tim Loomis, and we're here to keep you up to date. So please remember to like, subscribe, and follow. And let's get into the stats of the market and see what's going on. Okay, so before we begin, I want to tell you what we're going to be going over market report wise. So we did already go over total sales volume for New Smyrna. We're going to do the same thing for Edgewater. We're going to go over the same stats for each city because they're neighboring cities. We're going to go over the median sale price, the median list price, the average days on market, how these properties actually sold, how many sold for cash, conventional or other sorts of financing, and we're going to see how many months of inventory we have left. And the bonus round, we are going to see the highest, most expensive properties for sale in New Smyrna and Edgewater, along with the cheapest or most affordable properties for sale, single family residents in these cities. So stay tuned. All right, so we're gonna start out with the city of New Smyrna Beach. And in March of 2024, the median list price was $474,000. The median sale price was $424,900. That's about a $50,000 difference right there between what properties actually listed for compared to what they sold for. And that is the most important metric to look for, is what they actually sold for when you're considering selling your home. So just really please take that into consideration. Just because your neighbor Eric and Steve down the street have their house listed at $474 does not mean it's going to sell at that price. So try to be realistic, and we say this not for you to leave any money on the table, but for you to make sure that you can plan for you and your family's future accordingly and not put you guys in a bad spot. So be realistic, but dream big. As far as the days on market, the average days on market was 76 days in New Smyrna Beach. There was 108 properties that sold during the month of March. And out of those 108 properties that sold, the big drum roll here is 48 of those sold for cash. So consistently, month over month for the last 4 years in New Smyrna, since White Whale Real Estate has been open, we've been seeing a lot of cash coming into the market. That's why we feel the New Smyrna Beach, Edgewater area is relatively insulated, because we have a lot of cash continuing to come into the market. And this is coming in from, we've got a lot of Orlando buyers that are second home owners that are making their full transition over here after retirement. We are seeing out-of-state people coming in as well, but really the big influx is the retirees from Orlando making New Smyrna their full-time residents here. So that's why we continue to see that cash in the market coming in. Lastly, we've got about 5 months of inventory left in New Smyrna. So if nothing else went on the market today, we'd have 5 months to hold us over until we would have nothing left for sales. All right, so those are the stats for New Smyrna from the New Smyrna Stellar MLS. And that's going to encompass all single family properties. So this is going to be including condos and townhomes as well. That's a consideration as a single family property. So those were included in the stats. And the little fun facts of, let's go range from lowest to highest in New Smyrna right now. The cheapest property for sale in New Smyrna Beach is $170,000. And the most expensive for you rich and the famous out there is going to be $8 million is the most expensive property on the New Smyrna MLS right now. So we've got a pretty wide threshold range right there. So New Smyrna is still a place for everybody. You're not priced out of New Smyrna yet. Median price point again being in the that $424 to $475 price range. Low end on the $170, high end of the $8 million. We've got something for everybody. All right, so before we talk about the city of Edgewater's market stat points, let's talk about interest rates real quick. So according to bankrate.com, as of the filming of this today, April 18th, the interest rates for a 30-year mortgage are 7.22%, or is 7.22%. That's up 21 basis points from last Thursday. It is in defiance against everything that we've been hearing of interest rates are gonna be lower. They're gonna get lower, don't worry, it's coming. We've been hearing that for the past year and a half. So if you see a house that works for you and it checks your boxes, go ahead and go for it, as long as it makes sense for you financially. Don't wait for the rate to drop. You can always refinance later. We're seeing a lot of people losing out on great homes that would work for them because they're hearing what's being piped in that interest rates are gonna lower. So you can't count on the powers to be to dictate what the interest rates are actually gonna be in the future. You have to go with what's happening now. So we say that as words of wisdom for you to do what's gonna be best for you and your family now. You can always buy the house, refinance later. You hear the phrase a lot, marry the house, date the rate. Certainly feasible, easy to do, and refinance out later. The other thing is that when interest rates do drop, prices of the homes are gonna go up and competition is gonna be higher. So you're essentially going to be in the same boat you are now with more competition. Lastly, I would like to say, to take into consideration, with these higher interest rates, we're seeing the price point between $250,000 to $400,000 homes be on the market slightly average than the normal days on market. So New Smyrna, again, that was 76 days on market. We're seeing homes in those price points stay on there longer than that 76 days. And that's just because we're feeling like the middle-class consumer is feeling the pinch harder with these higher interest rates. And it's obviously causing the higher, the monthly payments because of the higher interest rates. So that's the gap that we're seeing in the extra days on market because of the interest rates. When those go down, we'll see a little speed up in the days on market as well. But just something to consider when you are selling your home. Don't freak out if your home hasn't sold in that like 76-day average window. They're just taking a little bit longer in that $250,000 to $400,000 price point. And now back to your regular scheduled program. $13,903,654 is the amount of money Edgewater, Florida sold out for in the month of March in 2024. All right, so let's break down what Edgewater is really about. So we already know that they sold out at over $13 million in total sales volume in March of 2024. So what that means from a day-to-day is the median list price was $325,000. The median sale price was $321,595. So Edgewater, unlike New Smyrna, really stuck to their guns on the list price. They said, we're not budging. New Smyrna is like, here's 50 and call it a day. So Edgewater is sticking really close to that list to price sale ratio. With just a couple $1,000 spread in between there. The average days on market with Edgewater was 71 days, comparing that to New Smyrna 76. So us being cities right next to each other, I think that's a really good sign of just showing continuity between the two cities and that we're not seeing one really go way crazy than the other. And it's always good when you're seeing about the same pace from city to city. Following that up with the 76 days on market on average, we had 38 single family properties or homes that closed in March of 2024. And again, as a reminder, that's going to include townhomes, duplexes, and condos as well. So that's going to encompass anything that would be classified as a single property residence. So 38 of those closed in Edgewater. We've got about a 4-month lead time on inventory in Edgewater as well. Again, pretty close parallel with New Smyrna being 5 months, Edgewater's 4 months. So Edgewater's selling a little bit quicker, a little shorter time days on market. And we are seeing that probably being pushed because Edgewater does have a little bit lower median sale price point as well. Lastly, as far as how these properties actually sold, always an important number to keep in mind when you are looking into buying or investing into an area. We had 15 properties in Edgewater out of the 38 closed for cash. And this is, again, tying back into New Smyrna, we're looking at just under half of the total amount that's actually sold being cash. So it's always a good sign when you're seeing cash coming into the market. It lets you know that the market's not highly leveraged and you're not going to see a bunch of foreclosures pop up because everybody has 90% loan to value ratios or something crazy like that. So Edgewater's doing good. New Smyrna's doing good. Let us know what you think is happening in these cities. And before I forget, Edgewater, the most affordable price point in Edgewater right now is $115,000, and the most expensive Crown jewel in Edgewater right now is $4.2 million. So Edgewater has a pretty big swing in it too, 115 all the way up to 4.2 million. Edgewater doesn't want to let you feel like you're being left behind there, so bring your money. Edgewater's got something for you to live in, whether you want to be on the river, in between US 1 and the river, or more west. Edgewater's got it for you. Let us know what you'd like to see more of. Let us know what you think about the market stats. 7.22% 30-year mortgage interest rates right now for the average bear out there. The middle-class consumer seems to be getting more of the pinch than anything. Average price points are staying on the market a little bit longer than anything, and the big stuff seems to be selling pretty quick. The small stuff seems to be selling pretty quick. It's getting stuck in the middle. I think there's a song about that or something. So see you guys in next week's video.